Hello and welcome. If you found your way here, hopefully that means you are looking to begin your journey here in CAD 105 Intro to Creo here at Elgin Community College for the spring semester of 26. Welcome, my name is John Weger. I'll be your instructor for this course. And over the next 8 weeks, the next abbreviated 8 weeks, we will be taking a look at the world's foremost solid modeling, amazing program. Now, there's some arguments there as always, but one of the best out there in the world, in the professional world, Creo. All right, so let's kind of set things up for the next 8 weeks. The intention of this intro video is to set things up, go through resources, talk about the course in general, some due dates on things, information about where to get your software, how to get help, and all of those kinds of things that are important as we get going. So some background information about the course in general. And the way I approach it, I'm going to approach this Intro to Creo class as if a student does not have any experience with CAD. Many of you may be coming in with experience in different CAD programs. Some of you I know for a fact do have experience in CAD programs. I see a couple of former students from Hampshire High School of mine that I've had classes with before, so I know you guys have had some time with it, and I would assume that a lot of you also have maybe taken an AutoCAD course or maybe a SolidWorks course. Creo is its own animal. It is a wonderful program. It is a little bit different than some of the others. Will you be well served if you've had some of that previous experience in CAD? Absolutely, we will. I will go into depths that will help those that have not maybe had a whole lot of experience, or it's been some time since you have, or maybe this is the first CAD course that you've taken before. So regardless of background, you're going to be in good shape. And I will ask everybody that if you can, and if you have a chance, there is a discussion board posted. One and only time, I promise, the only time I'll ask you in the entirety of this 8 weeks, just to go up and make a post and introduce yourself. And mostly for me, just so I have an idea of some idea of what your background is. Tell me why you're taking the class and what your background is in CAD. Maybe some courses that you've taken, maybe work professionally that you've done where you used CAD, just to help me and help me better set up a course and determine what we go into, how far we go into things. And when you have questions too, so that I have a little bit of information into your experience so that I can help you best when those things do come up. All right. So looking up at the screen here, we do have our program opened up for the semester. This is Creo. This is version 11. We'll talk some more about versions and what you need and how to get it and all that stuff in a little bit. We're going to back up and we're going to start inside of our LMS in D2L and take a look at our course here a little bit. So in D2L, you should have a course that looks just like this, Intro to Creo, CAD 105. In amongst my many other courses, I do teach 2 other courses here at ECC, both on campus in the IST program, soon to be renamed the ARM program, Automation, Robotics, and Maintenance, as we get going and are in the latter stages of finalizing the MTC building on campus. I'm taking on a couple new courses there, the mechanical drives course you see, and also an intro to mechatronics course. And on top of that, while I'm teaching 3 courses here at ECC this semester, I teach 5 courses, 3 of which are dual credit on campus at Hampshire High School. Most of them will sound familiar to you if you've taken other CAD courses. Intro to solid modeling and 3D printing, I teach that dual credit. The intro to 2D design, the AutoCAD course, and then the intro to engineering course. I also teach that dual credit on campus at Hampshire High School, along with some robotics courses and engineering courses. So Long and short of it is things are busy, and why not? I figured I'd even take a class this semester too. So I'm taking a Python class. If you happen to be taking that, we'll be taking that one together this semester too. So it is a little bit busy here. But here we go with our course that we are involved in here, CAD 105. So taking a look at our page here on D2L. I tried to make things as easy as I possibly could to navigate, to work through, and to get all the information that is important. So it's going to look very familiar in a lot of ways to your other courses, because in general, the overview of things and the overall look and feel is very similar. On the left-hand side, you'll have a calendar with due dates. We'll talk about due dates on projects. Notice that most of them have the same due date, which happens to be the end of our 8-week-long course on March 7th. I do have a couple of other due dates interspersed in there that are important for things like the midterm, the final, and a first initial exercise. So calendar dates, due dates on there. I want to call your attention to the announcement section here. So hopefully you have taken a look at this and you got to this link right here to get to this video. First and foremost, my contact information on here. The best way to get a hold of me, absolutely with all that's going on this semester, is to reach out to me at my elgin.edu email address, jweger@elgin.edu. Now, since I am teaching some courses on campus, I will be on campus this semester, whereas I was not last. So there are some opportunities for us to meet face to face if you need some help, and we can talk about those in a little bit. Let's just continue on this main page here and just kind of roll through things. So kind of an overview of things, important things that are coming up this semester, because again, this is an 8-week-long course, and the 8-week-long courses fly by, and you can do as well and make this as painless and of an experience as you possibly can, because that is the intention. My intention here with this class is to have you practice and do the work inside of Creo to become proficient at it, so that you can use it for your workflow, for your future job, for your current job, to improve your skills, whatever your situation might be. This is a course we will very much learn by doing rather than learn by testing. So as far as midterm exam, final exams, do we have a midterm exam and a final exam? Technically we do, but they are both projects. So there are no written tests in here. Okay. We do have one quiz along the way. It is very straightforward. It's more or less a check-in on your skills. But we're not going to be doing any multiple choice tests. We're not going to be writing any essay exams. We're not going to be doing any of that stuff in here. It is all practical work inside of Creo, learning the thing, doing the thing. Along the way, I would suggest to you that you create a portfolio of the work that you're doing. It is going to be invaluable to you if you are looking to get work in this space, if you're looking to get internships, you're looking to be hired, or to move on to, to further training in CAD and or engineering or design. Having that portfolio will open up doors for you. Everybody says, I know the software, I took a class, I'm proficient. Prove it. When you're sitting down in front of somebody, when you're sitting on that interview, when you're submitting materials for a potential job or an internship, having that will be invaluable. It's not a required thing, but I would suggest that you keep good track of these things of your work throughout the semester and assemble that into a portfolio towards the end. If you want help with that and how to do that effectively, we can talk about that. Please do go ahead and reach out to me. All right, I do have a note here that I'm going to change about not submitting 3D files. Okay, I want your 3D files. Usually when you submit something, you're going to submit a PDF, which will allow me to take a quick look at your work overall and be sure. Because most of these initial assignments, I can look at that PDF and go, yep, they've got it. It's good. It's right. And then we can move on with our lives. But when there seems to be a little bit of an issue, I need to have those 3D models, those Creo files, those part files there for me so that I can look at it in detail and help get you the answers that you need, the feedback that you need in order to get you better and get you past issues that you might be having. So I'm going to to delete that on there. So as you look at this, hopefully now that is going to be gone there. There is a nice video on how to save a PDF in Creo, nice and short there. Again, when you want to reach out to me, my email address, jweger@elgin.edu. Please understand that with everything that's going on, that I do teach full-time at a high school, that I am teaching 3 classes here, taking my own. I have a family. I have things going on, as we all do. When you email me, give me a little bit of time. Monday through Friday, expect a response from me within 24 hours. If it goes beyond that, then please do send another message to me. You will find that for the most part, I will respond to you very quickly. As we get deeper into the semester and everything gets busier everywhere, I do lots of other things too. I'm on the state board for the Illinois Design Educators Association. I'm involved in Skills USA. I have students in my high school involved in 5 different competitions. Yesterday, I just spent the whole day at the VEX robotics competition. It is that time of year. This time of year gets to be a little bit crazy. So 24 hours, Monday through Friday. Over the weekends, I will still try to check my email. But I'm going to honestly use the weekends to recover from everything going on during the week. So if you need help, obviously reach out to me and seek out that help. Please don't wait to do it. Do it right away, because the sooner that you do it and you get that help and you work through those problems, the easier things are going to be. Again, this is an 8-week class. Those 8 weeks will sneak up on you very, very quickly. New for this semester, in addition to virtual office hours, which you can join Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. At the Zoom link here on the page, you can also come and see me, because I will be in the O building. That is not where you are in CAD 4G. But over in the O building, which is the current home of programs like welding, machining, HVAC, and our maintenance, our IST program, that is where I will be, because I will be teaching classes Monday and Wednesday nights on campus. So before those classes get started, each Monday and Wednesday, I will have office hours, unless, of course, campus is closed, and then none of us are going to be there anyway. So 5 to 6 p.m., you can jump on Zoom. You can come in and see me in O139. That's building O139. Come in and see me. I will be there. And if I am out of the office at the moment during that hour, I will put a note letting you know what room I will be in, because I might be in a classroom setting up for class that evening, or in one of the labs getting set up. But I will make sure that you can find me and come and find me, and we will get those questions answered. If you're looking for me virtually during that time, I will have a laptop with me. It'll be open. If I'm doing something, just holler to get my attention, and I will jump on and get you that help that you need. Outside of those times, during the week from 7:15 to 3:15, I am busy doing my day job. Okay, I will still check out my emails, but the ability for me to make appointments with you during that time is going to be hit or miss, because I have a lot going on during that time of the day. But we can make appointments outside of that for you to get together, because I know for everybody, 5 to 6 p.m. is not going to work. Some of you are working already. Some of you have other classes. You have other responsibilities. So I will do my very best to work with you so that we can get together and get those questions answered, work through those problems, and allow you to be successful in this class. All right, down at the bottom of the page, I have your first place to go ahead and click on and get to that syllabus for the class. As we know, syllabi for courses can get to be a little bit long, and this is no different. I think this is 10 or 11 pages. But again, the important stuff is on here, okay? Office location for me is right there, O139. Email. Credit hours for CAD 105 are 3. Start date is the 12th of January. Tomorrow already. The end date is March the 7th. This is an online asynchronous course, so we do not meet at any scheduled times. This is entirely self-paced. You will have supporting materials. We'll go through all that stuff to work through the material in class. A recap of office hours on there and where to get hold of me and how to do that. The textbook for the course, there is nothing that you have to purchase. We love that when there's a class when you don't have to purchase additional materials. It is a free download thanks to Chris Sikora, who was a longtime instructor here, who's now over at COD full-time. And that can be downloaded right here. We'll reference that in most of the initial videos for different exercises and labs, but there is a link to that in case you forget it or can't get to it, so that you can get to it. So the Creo Parametric Basics is available on Virtania 1 on the instructional manual site. We'll talk a little bit more about Chris's website in a little bit as we talk about some other things. All right, for software, what you need Creo. I am using in these videos Creo version 11. 12 is out. Our labs, I believe the last time I checked, were at version 10. Okay, so in G208, our lab space in the G building, you have the ability to go in and use the computers there. They are on 10, I believe. I will double check when I am on campus this week and make any updates to this if that is not the case. You can also download the software for the course for free, put it on your computer at home, and do that there. Generally speaking, the office in the lab space in G building is open Monday through Friday, usually somewhere around 9 to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, a little bit shorter hours on Friday, and some availability on Saturdays. If you need to do your work and your only time to do your work is at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday night, then you're probably going to need to go ahead and download the software. So we'll go through that in a little bit, and there is a video separately on how to do that as well, and we'll look a little bit at that in a couple of minutes. All right, so course description. I think you know why you're here. You read it. You're here for that reason. This is for us to learn how to use Creo parametric modeling software to get you up to speed, comfortable, and proficient using one of the world's foremost parametric modeling softwares out there. 3 credit hours towards your degree or certificate. There are the course learning outcomes. Grading policies, your grades come from the following things, primarily from projects. Okay. Projects are going to be the majority of what determines your grades. Here's where those 1,000 points for the semester come from. 300 come from a midterm, 300 from exercises, 300 from a final exam, and 100 from labs. As far as late work and all of that stuff goes, we'll go through the calendar of things and the schedule of assignments and when they are due. This is a short class. This is 8 weeks. It is self-paced. It is online. My suggestion to you is that you run through and get through as much material as quickly as you can on the initial stuff, so that as it gets a little bit more difficult later on in the course, that you have more time to do that. Do not wait 6 weeks to start turning in things, okay? It is not going to work for you. I promise you it'll work much better if you break it up, take your time, and work through it. You will get a lot more out of the course, most definitely. So late work, there is no late work. I don't take late work. So there are due dates for things. Notice that as we go through the calendar, the due dates for most things are at the end of the class, at the end of this 8-week quarter semester that we have in this class. So it's up to you. That's the long and the short of it. So no late work on here. You have to stay on top of due dates and get things on time. Grading scale, no surprises there. Standard things, 90% and above. Okay. 80% and above is a B, so on and so forth. Midterm withdrawal dates, important things right there. Your midterm date, we'll be reporting your midterm grade, is going to be next month on the 7th, so 4 weeks away from today. And the last day to withdraw from the course with a grade of a W is going to be on March the 1st. All right, attendance, tardiness, all that stuff, we're asynchronous. You don't have to worry about showing up on time, okay? You don't have to worry about being here. Okay, this is on you. You're going to have the materials, it is there for you. You need to work through that at your own pace. If you need help setting up a schedule to get through this course, come and see me. Come and see me right away, and I will help you get that mapped out. Okay, to help you along with that. As far as behavioral expectations, all of that stuff, obviously, we're not meeting together in a room. Everything is built upon respect in any classroom space, whatever it is, physical or online. Um, treat others as you want them to treat you is really what it comes down to it. Be respectful, you'll get respect back in return. Academic integrity goes without saying, but I will go ahead and say it. You cannot turn in somebody else's work as your own. Do not do it. Okay. First instance of it occurring will result in you failing that assignment, project, midterm, final, whatever it is, and it will go to the dean's office, and I will pursue having you removed from class. Okay. Professionally, that doesn't work. Okay. You misrepresent your own work, you steal somebody else's work and pass it off as your own, can result in a couple different things. You being sued, you being fired. So we're trying to mimic reality in a professional environment here, so things will be no different in here nonetheless. Okay, chat cannot do 3D models for you. Okay, there is nothing that is going to make you a nice 3D model in Creo, so it is not your friend. It will not help you. Okay. That's all I'm going to say on that. If you have questions about that, come and talk to me. All right, so here we go, course schedule and outline. So my suggestion to you is to use this outline as a pacing guide for yourself. Okay, we have 8 weeks. I have all the material broken down into 8 weeks. On each one of these things for the assignments, I have highlighted in yellow things that have a due date other than the last day of the course on March the 7th. Okay, so the first assignment, exercise 1, is due on 1/19. So that is a week from today. And the reason that I have an assignment due in the first week is because I have to make sure that you are active in the course, and you turning in that assignment in that first week proves to me that you are interacting with the material and engaging with it so that I can leave you as a member of the course. If you do not turn that one in, you can be removed from the course immediately for non-interaction with the material per the direction of the state of Illinois. Okay, that is not me being a monster. That is the state of Illinois directing us on how to operate when that happens. All right, other due dates that are not the 7th of March would be your midterm due on February the 7th. Okay, due dates on everything are going to be 11:59 p.m. on that day. So those two are your biggies right there. Everything else is due at the end of the quarter term here. So does that mean wait till the end? No. If you stay on the schedule, you will be infinitely more successful in this course. If you stay on the schedule, when you run into a problem, I will be able to help you through it. If you stay on the schedule and turn these things in on this schedule, then when things don't look right, or you need help, or identify some errors in your process, I can point those out to you, give you feedback, and I will allow you the opportunity to make corrections on those things as well. Just like reality, just like in the real world, you do a first pass at something, somebody looks at your work, checks it out, gives you feedback, you update things in the interest of getting them better and making them right. We're going to do the same thing here. All right, due dates, no exceptions on that. Get things done on a schedule. Keep the pace here. It will help you out immensely. And then the rest of things here, for the most part, is going to be normal things that are on a syllabus, resources available to you through ECC on campus, where to go to get help for different things, who to reach out to, all of that good stuff. And then some frequently asked questions at the end here regarding some things about software and computers and how to get a hold of me. Again, and where to download that Creo software from. It's all right there for you. So that's syllabus there for you on D2L. Let's look through assignments. We have the calendar again that has a list of everything there. The assignments themselves, let's take a look at those. We have two different kinds of assignments in general. We have an exercise. An exercise, when it comes to material, is the thing that we do, and the project that we work through together, in order to go ahead and build skills. So if we look at exercise number 1 here, okay. Here's exercise number 1. I have a couple of videos here. The first one is to exercise 1, and then the second one here is for the labs. So with each exercise, you will have the main thing where we go through and do a project together. You'll have a video, a walkthrough on that, where I will take the part, generally speaking, to the point that's required. And then we'll take it a little bit farther to go ahead and practice some skills. Okay. Then for the lab, which for each exercise there may be 1 or 2 labs. Sometimes I think there's one where there's 3. Those are the ones where really I want you to practice those things on your own. So try to go through, after working through exercise 1 with me in the video, then try and do the labs on your own without the support of the video, to practice that, because that's really where the learning is going to happen for you. If you just follow the videos step by step and go through it, are you going to learn things? Absolutely, you're going to learn things. Are you going to be nearly as proficient, as good, and as comfortable with Creo as you possibly could if you went through and worked through and fought through some of those things on your own? No, you're not going to be quite as good if you go ahead and do things like I am suggesting to you. All right, so inside of this exercise, we have the links to those videos. We have a link to a video on installing Creo, and then the intro to Creo videos. Some of these videos get to be a little bit long. I know they do, but again, remember that I'm treating this course and treating the average student that's in here is as somebody who does not have that background in CAD. So we get into concepts of CAD, we get into the background of it, not just, bang, here's how we do the thing in the software. If that is your approach, I will give you a secondary option on videos and support here in just a little bit. All right, so here's what you need to do for this one. Okay, you're going to go ahead and watch through those videos. You're going to work through those exercises, those labs, and then you're going to go ahead and turn those things in. Okay, and usually I'll give you the instructions on how I want that to be done. Generally speaking, though, you're going to print a PDF. So you're going to make a PDF, save a PDF, submit that PDF, okay? And then you're also going to submit that Creo file, that part file, that assembly file for whatever assignment might be. You're going to submit that as well so that I can dig into that thing and really give you good feedback, okay? That is my hope. That is my purpose. Sometimes that feedback might be some marks on that PDF. Sometimes it might be a video response to what you submitted, showing you something that you might have missed along the way, maybe referencing part of the video, or just doing a little custom one-off video segment for you to help you through that particular thing. Okay, so give me that PDF, give me that part file, and we will be good. Okay. So that is that. And you go ahead and get those things turned in. We're adding the files here. Okay. Click on add the file. You will attach those things there and submit them there for me. Okay. As far as grading goes, how quickly will I get to grading things? I try to look at things that are submitted every day and get those things graded. So the hope is that once you turn something in, within a day or two, you will get that grade returned to you, get that feedback back, so that you have that. And I don't want anybody to make the same mistakes on an ongoing basis on these assignments. Okay, points for each assignment are referenced on there. They're referenced in grades when we take a look here too. Okay, so generally speaking, your exercises are worth 30 points apiece. Okay, that means also, too, in case you didn't know, we have 11 exercises. It's 300 points for exercises. So exercise one, the one I need you to turn in the first week, is also bonus points. Okay, so that's essentially going to be extra credit. There's an extra 30 points we can pile on top of things at the end of the semester to help you out. Midterm 300, final another 300, and then your lab's 100 points in total. Okay. Some of those are 5, some of those are 10. That quiz along the way is 10 points. There are all of your points there. Let's see. Anything else on D2L that really needs to be referenced? No, just our one discussion post on there. And that's really it. Again, there is this ability to message things. Sometimes when I send you guys an email, as I will for the first day, which you may already have read that email, and that's why you're here. When I send that, sometimes it will come out from my student email address. Always, when you're sending me an email, send it to my jweger@elgin.edu address, because that is my faculty address. I don't know why when we send emails out, it goes to a student. It comes from my student one. When I use the send email functionality inside of D2L, that one does not make sense to me, but it is what it is. Okay. All right, let's see here. Last thing that I want to really look at here for a minute is to talk about two things. And that is going to be one is going to be the software and where to go ahead and get that. So here, this is Creo. To get Creo, you have that linked video to how to download it. Okay. So Creo is available to you as a student for free. Creo is not a cheap piece of software to get a hold of, just like things from Autodesk and SolidWorks. They are not inexpensive softwares to pay for on your own. As a student, you get access to this for free so long as you are a student. Basically, you'll go through the process. They will verify that you're a student via your student email address, and they will give you the software for free. You will download, you put it onto a computer. What kind of a computer do I need? Oh, do I need some godlike graphics machine? No, you don't. You need something that is pretty basic. You can get away with a $200 desktop micro PC. Will Creo do some of the things as well as it could? Will it render things as nicely? Will it be able to handle obscenely complex 4,000 part assemblies? No, it's not going to, but we're not going to be doing anything quite that complicated in here. We're going to do some basic assemblies. We're going to do some bottom-up assemblies, some top-down assemblies. We're going to do some different things like that. So will a little bit better PC benefit you if you want to make things, nice renders of things, make things a little bit prettier? Yes. Is it necessary? No. The PC that I'm using for this course is a gaming laptop that I bought earlier this year. It was $649. It is well above what you need to do. It has a nice processor in there. It has a GeForce RTX graphics card in there. I think it's a 4070, I believe, with 6 gigs of RAM on there. So it's well more than enough for this software. If you have something that's been made in the last few years, you're probably going to be fine. Don't run out and buy a $3,000 machine. Please, you don't need to do that. Okay. Don't tell somebody at home, a parent or a spouse or whoever, I got to go buy that $3,000 machine. Yeah, it'll be awesome for your games, but you really don't need it for this class. It's not necessary. And again, if you need a computer and you need to do the work, come in at G208. We are open plenty of time. And most of the instructors in class are just in a department in CAD are just fine with you sitting in the back of a classroom, even while a class is going on, using a computer if you can be quiet and respectful, and just do your work while they are going through their courses as well. Talk to this instructor in the room, but generally speaking, everybody in the department is very much good with that happening, provided there's seats in that course. All right, so that's that. Let's see, what else was there? There was Creo, and then there was, let's say there was something else too. Oh, yeah. Chris Core's website. So Vertania 1, I mentioned the fact that the instructional manual comes from here. So Vertania 1, VERTANUX 1.com. If you go to Chris Core's website, Chris has a ton of material on CAD stuff. Okay, so we go to instructional manuals. We are going to find on here Creo Parametric Basics. And if you haven't noticed, Chris has taught a lot of courses. Chris has a lot of courses. He has a lot of materials out there available for free for you. So if you want to get better in something else, or you want to try out something a little bit, I recommend checking out his training guides and then his supportive videos. So we're going to go to the Creo Parametric Basics book, and you can go ahead and download that book here, which is the book that we are going to use. Don't worry so much about the beginning part of things as far as an outline, the procedures, the policies, all that kind of stuff. The activities are all in this book. So if we look at exercise number 1, we go down and we find exercise number 1 after he goes through a whole bunch of awesome background information about CAD in general. And then you have a step-by-step for exercise 1, showing you where to click, what to do, all of that stuff. As we go further through exercises, there's less and less of that step-by-step information in the book, and it becomes more of a reference for dimensions and highlighting some steps. Most of the instruction is going to come through the videos, through mine, and then I promised before that there's a secondary option as well. If you go to Chris's website here, vertania1.com, and go to videos and go to Creo Parametric Basics, you will find Chris's videos on these. Now, Chris has been using CAD software since the late 80s. Okay, he was a professional designer for a long time and has been teaching courses for 20 years. Okay. Chris is an excellent, excellent teacher. Chris's videos, you will find, are generally speaking much more to the point directly, as in step by step, here's how we're going to do this. He will cover a little bit of the foundational stuff in there, but I think the assumption for Chris's videos is that the average user of them is going to be somebody who has some CAD background and some knowledge already. So he does skip over some of that stuff. So generally speaking, his are going to be shorter. The suggestion for you is that if you work through one of mine, and you still have some questions, or you're like, I really didn't get that part of it, jump on over to Chris's videos, check those out. You get a second point of view. You might find that his explanation on something works a little bit better for you. Maybe it's a little bit more direct, or he covers something just a little bit better than I do. Chris has been doing this longer than I have. I will proudly and without a doubt admit to that fact, that he is far better at this stuff than I am. How often do you hear that from an instructor in a course? They say somebody's better at them than not very often. That's me though. So if you need a second point of contact, you need a second look at something, you need a little bit different help, a different point of view, come and check out Chris's videos to get that. When you need that help in person and something just isn't working, come on in and see me. Come on in, check me out. The online support time. Okay, so we have the online support on the main page of the course here. Okay, we have that schedule, how to get a hold of me. Mondays and Wednesdays, 5 to 6 p.m. in person, and 0139 via Zoom during that same time that we can make appointments at our time. Email when you need help. Okay. Email's right up at the top here, jweger@elgin.edu. All right. So today is January the 11th. Class starts tonight at midnight on the 12th. So all of this will be available to you. I will send an email out to you as an additional welcome and just getting you to this video to get started, to help walk you through that stuff. I am so glad that you are here. I look forward to working with you over the semester. Welcome to CAD 105 here at Elgin Community College.